Hi, everybody. Looks like it might be a little bit of a rainy or stormy day today. We'll see. Thank you for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. Time to think of something greater than ourselves. And today, what I'd like to use as our jumping off point is a poem by Mary Oliver. Many of you know that she was a Pulitzer Prize winning poet. She passed away in 2019. And this is one of hers titled The Summer Day. Let's just listen to her words and her tone painting through her words for a little bit. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Mary Oliver. What do you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Well, so often what we plan to do is not what we end up doing, right? I mean, on a positive side, I never planned on going into the ministry, not really. I was going to be, a music teacher, the family business, where most of the adults, with one exception, were music teachers, and I did that. God had other plans, and I ended up doing this. How many of you started out in one direction and ended up in another? But also, I think about people who may have taken a turn for the worse in their life. I don't know too many convicts who, when they were little, said, I want to grow up to be a convict. I want to grow up to be a drug dealer running from the law. I want to grow up to be a felon. Well, our life takes different twists and turns. We have some choice in the matter. Yes, there can be a lot of things against us or for us. But ultimately, it comes down to God and us, and who made the world, as she says. Who made the swan and the black bear? That is who made us. I don't know exactly what a prayer is, she says. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass. Difference there, falling. Presumably we have no control over that, and kneeling we do. How to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day, she says. What have you been doing all day? What do you want to do all day if you're watching this in the morning? What's one thing that you can do today that would be a form of prayer? A blessing? I was driving in one of the suburbs recently. It wasn't very late at night, maybe 8:30. This time of the year, it's still light out. And right across in front of me went a red fox, just sort of moving along. Looked kind of thin. I couldn't tell if it was because it was young, or it just hadn't eaten enough. But heading over to some body of water that was on the other side of the road behind some housing development. And I felt graced and blessed by seeing a red fox right there crossing the street. Not a big highway, kind of a state route kind of highway. What have you been doing all day? What will you be doing? Tell me, what else should I have done, she says. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Wild and precious life. One day at a time. One dream at a time. One prayer at a time. Thanks for joining me for this time outside of time, a few minutes to think of something greater than ourselves. In this case, this poem by Mary Oliver. This prayerful pause with the pastor is brought to you as part of the ministry of South Presbyterian Church. I'm Deb Swift, the pastor there. If you're in a position to support this ministry with your prayers, we welcome them. If you're in a position to support us with some financial support, you can find the address on the end slide of this video, or go through our website to make an electronic gift. Everything is appreciated. And until next time, God bless. Take care. And bye for now.